Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our daily advice for March 7th, 2019. So we're looking at the energies that we're dealing with during this time, and again we're looking at energy, so these will play out very differently for everyone, so just keep in mind about that. And also it may be you've already seen these energies coming up, or they're coming up on the 7th, or maybe a day or two later, you know what I mean? So just keep them in mind. So let's have a look at what our cards are and then just get into it. So the energy that we're coming from is the Page of Wands, and this is the Spellcaster's Tarot, or the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot, I think. So the Page of Wands talks about, it can be ideas, it can be inspiration, it can be a conversation that we had, an offer that we talked over with someone else. Okay, the Page of Wands on a day-to-day can talk about a job offer, it can talk about a business idea, something creative. Okay, it can talk about just reading up on things or browsing magazines and getting inspired, or anything along those lines. Okay, so it is something that started with a thought, an idea, or a conversation. Okay, in today's energy we do have the energy of the Devil. So the energy of the Devil talks about toxic situations where there are no healthy boundaries. Okay, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy situations at work, whatever type of situation it is that makes us feel like our hands are tied, makes us feel like we're a victim, makes us feel powerless. Okay, it's a false sense of us being powerless, because actually with the Devil card it's all about boundaries, and the way to get out of the Devil card energy is to realize that actually we do have control and we do have a choice. The Devil card is also anything that just goes too far. Okay, anything that we don't have balance with. So yes, it can be toxic relationships or abusive relationships, but of any kind, but it can also be where we're just focused on one thing to the detriment of other areas of our life. So we're just focused on our money, and we don't value spending time with friends and family maybe, or we're just focused on status, career, reputation, to the detriment of our friendships or anything else. Okay, so it's that sort of situation. So maybe today is about looking at where there's a lack of balance in our lives and we feel like we have to do something, we must do something above all else. Okay, now looking at this Page of Wands and the Devil, I'm getting also something like paying attention to a rumor or gossip, okay, with this, and maybe we're getting ourselves in a tricky situation. So what I would say with that is just make sure communication is clear. I think we are in Mercury retrograde now, so it could just be that. Okay, it could just be, don't make a mountain out of a molehill before you clarify the messages you're getting, before you clarify that information. And the energy that we're moving into tomorrow with, and this could be actual tomorrow or the next step or stage within the situation we're dealing with, we have the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands can come up as anger and words we say during times of anger, in which case that's why it's very, very important to think about consequences and to think before we speak, and to respond, not react to a situation, especially when it's hearsay, it's a rumor, it's gossip, it can be misunderstood, misconstrued. Okay, don't go attacking anyone until we clarify, okay, what actually is going on here? Do I actually have to stand up for myself? Do I actually have to intervene here? Or is it just a big misunderstanding? On the same hand, this could be something that happens to us during this time, so someone else is listening to rumors or gossip, or just getting false information, or just getting part of the message and running with it. Okay, so there's some confusion there. The Page of Wands is not necessarily malevolent intent. Okay, it can just be fragments of a message. It could be just something we hear in passing. It can be something that is, you know, like juicy gossip or something like that, but maybe we know it's gossip, maybe we don't. Okay, so that's why it's very important for us to clarify the messages that we're getting. And maybe someone else is getting swept away, maybe someone else is getting all caught up in bits and pieces of information and fragments of information, and going, you know, running a million miles a minute with this. And this could be, you know, saying some hurtful words to us, or it could just be things that they say that they can't take back. Okay, it doesn't have to be hurtful words. It's not like it's swords where they're piercing us, they're cutting us. This is just when we get all fired up and we say things that we can't take back. And if that is the case, once again, try to stay calm. Don't let that energy become your energy. If it is something like that, don't feel like you have to strike back. Just take a deep breath, try to be the calm one, and just clarify what's going on. Okay, slow things down as well, because with the Eight of Wands, this is very fast moving energy, and again, we can say things or do things in the heat of the moment that is either difficult to recover from or we just cannot take back. All right, so it's just one of them where we just have to be a little bit careful and think before we speak. Kind of, you know, count to 10, count to 3, count to 5, whatever, in your mind before you say something, or kind of sound it out in your head. Make sure that it's clear, or that it portrays what you're actually trying to say, and it doesn't get misinterpreted. Okay, so it's one of them types of energies that I'm picking up on here. For others, okay, a different way for these cards to play out can be there was a conversation about a job, or there was a conversation about advancing within a program, within a career, within even a relationship, whatever the case may be. And today could just be that that's the only thing we're focusing on. And again, as long as it's temporary and we don't feel like we have to do this, we don't have a choice, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being focused for a certain time, okay, on one aspect. It's called prioritizing, or, you know, it's if you have a deadline, well, that's the only thing you can do at that point until the deadline passes, and then you can kind of look in other areas of your life. Okay, so it's that sort of energy, but there's nothing wrong with being focused. All right, and maybe we're just being very, very focused and working very, very hard, giving it our best and our all. And then the Eight of Wands talks about incredible progress and many more opportunities that come our way as a result. Okay, so it could just be something like that. And then our guidance card, we have Sapphire. Easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So again, easy does it. Slow things down. Make sure the messages are clear, messages we're receiving as well as the messages we're delivering. Okay, slow things down, sound it out, talk it out as many times as needed to just make sure that we're understood the way we are trying to come across. And then on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with being focused, and there's nothing wrong with giving something our all. However, always keep in mind balance. Always keep in mind balance. And also, if it is something like a deadline that we are given, or that we're giving ourselves, as long as we are fully aware and conscious of the fact that this is temporary, and this is what I choose to do, and this is what I choose to focus on at this time, and then I'll go back to balancing things out, then that's okay. We're still aware of the fact that we decide that we are in control and we are calling the shots here. Don't allow anything to make you feel like you don't have control over a situation, or we don't have any say within a situation, because we can easily get swept away with this energy for one reason or another. And Easy Does It just comes up to say, take a breath, sound it out, play it out, in your head. Ask questions if you have questions to ask. You don't just have to just go with it just because. Okay, if you have a question, if you want to slow things down, if you prefer a different pace to things, just speak up, basically. Okay, so that is our reading for today. Let me know how the cards play out for you, how the messages resonate with you if they do. But it looks like we can have a very, very productive day as long as we keep things in focus and we keep things in balance, and we remind ourselves that we do get a say and we decide what we do with our time, energy, and resources. Okay, so let's have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.